Happy Mario Day, everybody! And in case you don't know what Mario Day is, it's March 10th. You see, you take the M and the R in March, and then you put the 10 afterwards. It kind of looks like Mario. So yeah, it's Mario Day. So last year, I made a special video for Mario Day where I ranked every single Mario character. So now, I'm deciding to make that a trend that I'll do a special Mario type video on Mario Day. So for this year, since it's been 4 years since the Switch is released, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rank every single Mario game on the Nintendo Switch, which there's actually a lot more than I thought of at first. There's actually about 12 or 13 of them. So yeah, I'm gonna be ranking all of them here today, and I'm also gonna be ranking Mario Golf Super Rush, even though it's not out yet, because I don't know, I just want to. So yeah, with that said, these are my opinions. So if you disagree, please don't get mad. If I like Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle a lot more than you do, I'm sorry. It's just a really good and underrated game. I'm sorry. But yeah, let's get started with this video in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So at the bottom of the list has to go to Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a good game. None of the games on here are bad in the slightest. But I don't know, this one feels kind of dull. It's a Mario and Sonic game, don't get me wrong. And it does have the unique gimmick of having the 8-bit classic games. But honestly, it's good. There's really not much more for me to say. There is a good amount of event variety, but to be honest, most of them are just bland. The ones here are like the ones we've seen many times before. Like, we have 100 meters. We have the hurdle jump, I think. I don't know if that one was included. And we just have a bunch of mini games that we've had for so long, and they're really starting to get stale. And the 8-bit events, they're just bland. They don't really have any unique special gimmicks like the other ones have. They're just bland and probably the most basic things in this entire package. The story mode is the best part, but even that's not that great. Plus, it's short. But, I mean, I do really like the whole gimmick and all, and its stupid story. I do like that. Don't get me wrong, the game has a lot of great aspects to it, but overall, it's the weakest Mario game of them all on the Switch. Next is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Now, this is really difficult to rank because it's not a video game in the sense of the other ones. This is more of like an augmented reality type of game where you have your Mario Luigi toy figure car driving around your house. It's a really cool gimmick, and honestly, it really does do that gimmick well. I won't lie. It's really cool how they were able to implement it. And plus, having Nathaniel Bandy's big house stage finally come to a reality is awesome, and it's great to see that because it's a really cool idea, and they made it work well. But the thing is, there's really not much to do in it, which, you know, it makes sense because you just have your house to work with. But I do wish there was a little bit more to the game. Yeah, you can make your own courses and all, but that's pretty much about it. There is a good amount of customizability with gates and item boxes and stuff like that, but I do wish there was a little bit more. But to be honest, I really think that's all they could do with something like this. But like I said, the game concept is really cool and it does it exponentially well. I really do love whipping out my car from time to time trying to chase down my cat. It really is a fun time through and through. But I really can't rank it any higher because there's not much content to it, even though it may not be the fault of the game, but rather just the concept itself. Next we got Super Mario Bros. 35, also known as Mario Battle Royale. So, it's good. It's a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. But I have a few issues with it. One, it's literally just Mario 1. But, you know, with some enemies being thrown in by other people. It's kind of like, it's literally like Tetris 99 mixed with Super Mario Bros., which is fun, don't get me wrong. But there's really not much to the game aside from that. But to be honest, there really doesn't need to be. I do really like the idea, and the game itself does the idea really well. But my big issue with this is March 31st. Why are they getting rid of this on March 31st? They put all this effort to make the game, and then they're just gonna get rid of the game. It's at the end of the month. Just why? Why do you put effort into a game just to get rid of it? Aside from that, the game is a lot of fun. There's not much for me to say. You have a lot of customizable badges. You still have the classic levels from the original Mario game, which are still fun to this day. And the whole enemy thing, spamming thing that gets when people to be enemies is really fun. It adds a lot of great fun chaos to the game. So yeah, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but it definitely can't compare to some of the others higher on the list. Next, we got Mario Golf Super Rush. Now, there's not much for me to say because, you know, the game isn't even out yet, But just basing off the trailer, it looks really good. I'll say that. But since it's literally just a trailer, I really can't rank it any higher because all we have is a trailer to go off of. But it seems to have a lot of great stuff to it. It seems to have a great character roster because it has King Babam in it. Yes, they actually confirmed that on the website. The speed golf mode looks really, really fun, and the whole gimmicks that they're adding to the normal golf mode look really cool. And I like how every character has outfits now, just like in Mario Tennis Aces and Mario and Sonic 2020 Olympic Games. So yeah, this is really looking to be a great Mario Golf game. But like I said, I really can't rank it any higher because, you know, all we have is the trailer and the game's not even out yet. So I'm gonna have to put it low in the. I'm gonna have to put it below all the rest on the list, but I'm gonna put it above because these do seem to be a lot better than the games below. But because they're actually full games. But yeah, since it's a full game, I'm gonna put it higher than the other ones that were lower. But I can't put it any higher because, the game's not out yet. There's really not much for me to say. Next, we have Mario Tennis Aces. To be honest, when this game was first released, I didn't like it very much. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because of the lack of content or lack of a good character roster, but I don't know. But ever since then, I've seemed to like it a lot more since I just recently went back to it. I really like the whole trick shot mechanic thing with, having a gauge and all that. And I also really like that the special shots return and not the stupid chance shots from Ultra Smash and Open. I really do like the gameplay in this one. I think it's solely one of the best gameplay tennis-wise in the Mario Tennis series. But there really isn't too much content to it. Granted, they have Ring Shot now ever since they've made the updates. And the story mode is good too. The story mode is good, but it's really nothing more than that. It doesn't come close to the Game Boy games in terms of story mode, but the missions themselves are really fun, even though they do get quite repetitive. And the boss fights are fantastic. I never thought boss fights in a Mario Tennis game would be good, but I have been proven wrong. But yeah, this game does have a lot to offer. I mean, well, not as much as other games compared onto the list, but it definitely is a great game and a huge, huge step up from my last entry. I don't know why I used to give this game so much hate. It's actually a pretty great package overall, and I definitely think it is a great game, despite what I may have said in the past. Next, we have New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. And, I mean, Mario U and Luigi U, they're great games, don't get me wrong. And if you put them together, you do get a great game. But to be honest, it's literally just a combination of the two games. I mean, both of them are great, but they are some of the blandest Mario adventures out there in terms of level themes and story and such like that. But don't get me wrong, they are still fun and the classic 2D Mario we know and love, but there's really not much more to that. Luigi U is the better of the two because it does feel a lot different, but if you combine a great game and a great game, you get a great game. So yeah, I really, really do like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Should we have gotten this instead of a new 2D Mario? Absolutely not. But it still is a good game, don't get me wrong. But they could have done so much more for a 2D Mario on the system instead of just porting over U and Luigi U. They definitely could have done a lot more, add some new levels, add some new things to the challenge mode and stuff like that. Toadette isn't a bad addition, but they definitely should have had more than her. But yeah, overall, this is a great package overall, and I definitely recommend it if you didn't get it on the Wii U. But yeah, this really isn't a game that needed to be ported to the Switch, especially when they could have made a new one. And there are far better Mario games out there, and a much better 2D Mario that I'll get to much later on. So yeah, Mario U, it's great, don't get me wrong, but it is a bland compared to another 2D Mario later down the list. Next, we have Super Mario Party. Now, I'm going to be honest, I used to really, really dislike Super Mario Party. But I don't know what it is, but ever since I went back to it recently, I actually really like it now. It's definitely not one of my favorite Mario Parties out there, but I like it a lot more than I used to give it credit for. The boards are pretty fun, even though there's not much of them. The character roster is fantastic. I mean, it has Hammer Bro. What more could you want? The sound test mode is really cool, and I do like all the rhythm mini-games there as well. And the mini-games here are really fantastic. There are a few stinkers now and there, like that crab one and the drop test, because, God, I hate math, and who wants to take tests? School sucks. Who would want to take tests? Ugh. But other than that, yeah, the game is fantastic. I really do like the challenge mode, even if it is a little bland. But there's just a lot to the game. Whether it's mini games, whether it's the sound test option, the story mode, river survival, which is pretty fun, and a great character roster, and really good music as well. I don't know why I used to hate this game so much. And honestly, it's a great game. And I would say one of the better Mario parts. I wouldn't say it's one of the best, but it is one of the better ones, especially compared to 10. If you told me in 2017 that Mario would be sharing a game with the Rabbids, I would have thought you were on some substances that you definitely shouldn't be on. But it happened, so if any of you actually thought that or predicted that, then congratulations. You deserve $1 million. But when this game was announced, I was confused. Like, Mario and the Rabbids, like, not even Rayman, the Rabbids, and a tactical RPG of all things. If you sound that together, you think it's gonna be a monstrosity. But, oh no, were we wrong. This game is fantastic. Like, how a game with the Rabbids in it can be fantastic. Like, Rabbids and fantastic in the same sentence. Like, you can't say that in the same sentence because it makes no sense. But I'm giving them credit where credit is due. This game is a fantastic game. I'm not gonna lie. It has a good amount of length to it. There's a lot of content to it. And the Rabbids are surprisingly charming. There's no trademark screaming or anything like that like they're used to. They're just really fun and charming and have a lot of funny moments. I don't like the Rabbids, but this game kind of redeemed them for me. I really do like all the Rabbids in this game, especially Rabbid Peach and Rabbid Luigi. Like, Rabbid Luigi is just fantastic, and yes, I know they stole him from the YouTuber Rabbid Luigi, but still. But yeah, this game is it's great. I like all the cutscenes and all the funny moments that happen in it. I especially like the singing Phantom. I mean, that's the best part of the game right there. And the game play itself is just really fun. And there's a lot of great content to it and all that too. Yeah, I really like this game. It's a fantastic tactical RPG. Again, I don't know how they put fantastic and the Rabbids into one sentence, but like I said, I gotta give them credit where credit is due. This is a fantastic Mario spin-off, and I really do hope it gets a sequel, because it really is an underrated gem on this console. From one Mario spin-off to another, next we got Paper Mario: The Origami King. Now, this game is really good, despite the interview lowering our expectations. But yeah, this is a really good Paper Mario game. And yeah, I know that the big turnoff was because the leak said it was going to be a return to form to the RPG. I mean that's your fault for trusting the leakers, alright? Don't ever trust leakers, alright? Just don't listen to them, alright? So yeah, other than that, the Paper Mario Origami King is really good. I really like a lot of stuff to it. The new gameplay is interesting to say the least, but it's really fun. I really like having to solve the puzzles to find out how to defeat each enemy. It's really fun. And there's no freaking stickers this time. Haha, you hear that? No stickers. So yes, I mean this game's already better by a long shot because of no freaking stickers, but yeah, other than that, it's a really fun game. The story is really unique with King Ollie and all that. I won't spoil in case people haven't played it, but to be fair, who hasn't finished the game by this point? But yeah, and the new characters that are here are really cool. I really like Olivia, and I like King Ollie as well. And I like whatever the homemade supplies are supposed to be. I don't really know their names, and to be honest, I don't really care about looking them up. But the fact that they made freaking colored pencils have a personality shows how fantastic this game is. The battle system is really fun despite there not really being much of a reason to fight. And honestly, the new characters are really good, the story's great, and I really love all the locations in the game too. And the game itself is visually stunning. And partners are back. Kinda. I mean, they're kinda back. It's hard to explain. Like, they're there for a while, but then they eventually leave. You know, it's kind of annoying that they do leave, and I wish you could switch between them and they all stay permanently, like in the 1,000-Year Door. But other than that, it is a really fun Paper Mario game. And it's definitely one that people should try out if they don't like Color Splash or Sticker Star, because, oh, believe me, I don't. But it's a really fantastic Paper Mario game, and I think people should give it a lot more attention and actually give it a chance for what it is, not based on what it isn't. Eh boy, now we're in the top 5 territory. Now, this is where things start to get really controversial. So if you don't like controversial opinions, please click off the video now, because this is where things start really getting intense. Alright, so number 5 is, I'm scared to do this. Super Mario Odyssey. Alright, please don't kill me. Super Mario Odyssey is a fantastic game. It's a fantastic game. It has a lot of great aspects to it. The capturing mechanic is great. Seeing Pauline back was great, and it made her a Mario staple from now on, as she appeared in Mario 10 as Aces in an update afterward. Cappy is a really cool addition to the game. Being able to capture enemies is fantastic. The level design is fantastic. The power moves are really fun to collect mostly, even though there may be too many of them. All the kingdoms are fantastic, and there's so much about the game that I love, including the music, the bosses, just everything about the game is great, but once you 100% the game, there's really not much to do afterwards. Yes, there's tricks you can do and stuff like that, but to be honest, I don't know, the game just gets really stale once you 100% it, which I know that may seem like, well, duh, to many of you, but to be honest, with the other games, either one, you can't really 100% complete it because the game can go on forever, or 2, I just have more fun with them when the game is completed. So yeah, Mario Odyssey is ranking a little bit low because it gets a little dull for me once you complete everything, when the other games on the top 4 don't. But Mario Odyssey is still a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. And I absolutely need a sequel because I love the game so much and everything it offered to the Mario series. Unique characters, the capture mechanic, the levels, the music, just everything about the game is fantastic. Though I do prefer the top 4 ever so slightly more. At number 4, we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, also known as a Mario Kart 8, but with an actual good battle mode. So yeah, there's really not much changes to the main game, but the battle mode changes, oh my god, they're so good. You got 5 modes, actual good battle courses, and no Donut Pipe 3 this time, baby. So yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is fantastic. It's just, I mean, the Wii U one was already fantastic, but with a good battle mode, this has become easily one of the best Mario Karts. And to be honest, it is the best selling Nintendo Switch game for a reason. Not because it was one of the first games to launch, but because it's a fantastic kart racer, and definitely one of the best in the Mario Kart series. Heck, I'd probably say it's either second or third, depending on, whatever your opinions, but I know that many people call it as the best, and I can definitely see why. It has the most content in it out of any Mario Kart game, and some of the most content on a Nintendo Switch game, period. The character roster is alright, but it's really the only negative. The music is absolutely jamming. The course design is just fantastic. The battle mode is fantastic with 5 different modes. I could just go on and on, but I think you get the point. Mario Kart 8 was a fantastic Wii U game, and just upgrading it simply on the Switch, and if I call it a mere upgrade, that's greatly underselling it, because the changes to the battle mode is just fantastic. It's just a completely different thing compared to the Wii U battle mode. And honestly, I don't know what to say. It's just a fantastic Mario Kart game that was made even better with some fantastic battle mode enhancements. And I barely even play the racing anymore because of how much fun the battle mode is. The battle mode really sells it here for me, and it's just fantastic. And like I said, this is the best selling Nintendo Switch game for a reason. In third place, we got Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Now, I'm trying not to be, biased because this is the newest Mario game to come out on the system, but to be completely honest, I really love Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Now, I'm going to be honest when I say I didn't really like Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U that much, because it was too slow, and I don't know, it just really wasn't for me. But with the enhanced movement speed on the Switch version and the dive, this has become a fantastic, just pure joy for me to play. I love it now. The movement speed is just perfect. It's not slow anymore, and just the speed makes me so happy. And being Toad just being zipping around everywhere, it's fantastic and exactly the kind of movement I like in a game like this. The cat suit and all the powers are still fantastic, and just the dive adds so much more mobility to the game that I just love it. It feels like an entirely new game compared to the one on the Wii U, just from these slight movement changes. And it went from a game I used to not like very much to a game that I could not adore more. So yeah, Super Mario 3D World got heavily advanced in the Switch version just simply based off these new features. And the snapshot mode is really cool too. And being able to play stamps everywhere is so cool. There's just so much you could do in the game when it comes to either levels, the snapshot mode, or the best part of this game, Bowser's Fury. Yes, if you didn't have a fantastic enough adventure with Mario 3D World and all of its enhancements, you get Bowser's Fury, an entirely new mode. And oh my gosh, I love this. I need a new 3D Mario just based on the style of this immediately. Oh my gosh, Bowser's Fury is fantastic. It may be relatively short, but oh my gosh, there's just so much to do. All the level themes are incredible. It's just so fun. And the Giga Bowser, God Slayer Bowser battles are just fantastic and some of the most fun I've actually ever had in a Mario game. It's just so fun to move around in these levels, and having barely any loading times at all is fantastic. And oh my, there's just so much to love about Bowser's Fury. And every time Fury Bowser shows up, I just pee my pants in excitement. It's just so good. There's just so much to love about both of these games, and they're just fantastic. Bowser's Fury is usually where I spend the most time playing in the game, but Mario 3D World is definitely fantastic as well. So, with all these things, how could anything possibly top that? Well, I'll get to that in a bit, but Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is a fantastic package. Heck, I'd say one of these alone is worth the $60, but if you combine them both, you truly get one of the best packages you could ever get on the Nintendo Switch. At number 2 is Super Mario Maker 2. You get to make Mario levels. But again, all jokes aside, this is a fantastic package. The customization is even more than it was in the original. Instead of just going with some dumb port, they decided to make an entirely new game with an entirely new gameplay style, a bunch of new elements. God, it's so much fun. And this game literally never ends. People are making levels constantly. It never ends. There's just so much customization. I just don't even know how to explain it. There's just so much you could do in the game. You have online multiplayer, which is a first for the Mario series, actually. And it's just so fun being able to play on these random levels online and just have a good laugh with people. And it's just so much fun. Although some of the levels might be pretty bad, you're able to follow creators and stuff like that, and you can always go to the popular courses section and find the best levels there. And oh my gosh, the best levels are some of the literally best levels I've ever played in a video game ever. Like, I don't know how these people do it, but there are some fantastic levels out there. And oh my god, there's just so much to love about the game. You have online multiplayer, you have the ninja speedruns, you have the Mii costumes, you have multiple different characters you can play as, you have a story mode, and you literally have endless combinations of levels you can make just based on the soul power-ups, quartz elements, enemies, and just so much you can do in the game that the possibilities are literally endless. There's so much stuff you can do with the game, and you simply just can't get bored of it because there's so much you can do. And this is my most played Switch game for a reason. It's just it's just simply endless possibilities. That's not even a joke. There's just so much customization and such to the game, and so much you could do that I have to give it the second best Mario game on the Nintendo Switch. There's just too much to do to put it any lower. Now, I know this is going to be controversial since many people are disappointed with this, but Super Mario 3D All-Stars is my favorite Mario game on the Nintendo Switch. Why? Super Mario Sunshine is my third favorite game of all time and my favorite main series Mario game. And Mario Galaxy is also up there as one of my favorites. And Super Mario 64 is an absolute classic and a great game as well. If you have a fantastic game, and a great game, you get a fantastic package. Now, when looking at games like this, it's more important to judge it off what the game is than what it isn't. If you just take Mario Sunshine, Galaxy, and 64, you put them into one package, if you look at it solely for what it is and not what it isn't, you truly get a fantastic game. And people are complaining about the $60 price tag, but I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's $20 per fantastic game. Like, is that really that bad to ask for? And I know that many people are going to complain about the limited release, but to be honest, that doesn't matter to me because you had 7 months to get it, even though, the limited release thing is pretty dumb. But there's just so much about the game. Mario Sunshine being one of my favorite Mario games ever. Well, it is my favorite if you don't count spin-offs. Mario Galaxy being damn near perfection, same with Mario Sunshine, and Mario 64 is being a fantastic game as well. If you have perfection, and masterpiece all in one, then you truly just get a masterpiece of an experience. Like I said, you may be controversial, but if you look at what it is instead of what it isn't, you truly see that this has some of the most content out of any Mario game ever, and heck, one of the most content out of any games ever. You get 3 full 3D games in this, and heck, Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine never get stale. They literally cannot get stale because of all the tricks and such you can perform. And although Mario Galaxy can get stale without doing some tricks, there's always so much to do. The level designs are just so unique, the bosses are so fun in it, that none of them truly ever get stale. And it's something you could always go back to, no matter what. And you're always going to have one of the 3 games as your favorites, but having 3 pure options available makes this the best Mario game on the Nintendo Switch. It may not be a new one, but my gosh, this is the best Mario package on the Switch. You get 3 full 3D games that are known as some of the best games of all time on one game, and not just one system, one game, one $60 game. You get 3 of the best games of all time. That alone should easily make this number 1. So that's why Super Mario 3D All-Stars is my favorite Mario game on the Nintendo Switch. So what did you guys think of my list? Did you agree with it? Did you disagree with it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And tell me what your favorite Mario game on the Switch is. So with that said, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching. See you soon. Bye.